means you have to listen at a later time. You can always catch the replay over on YouTube. We're always live streaming over to YouTube. That is taking its time to get set up. One moment. I think we're almost there. There we go. Okay, and Jacqueline just put over in the chat all of the various ways you can find me on socials. Please go and like and follow. It's free for you to like and follow me, but it helps me immensely, especially when you like my post or share my post. So please give me a little bit of love on the socials. I would greatly appreciate that. I'm noticing that my socials are not mentioned over there. Jacqueline, do you have the blurb that has like my YouTube and my website? Yeah, and I changed it recently. Do you have the one that has my Instagram and my Facebook?
Oh, I do have that one. I'll get it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, we still have people trickling in. So Magical Money Manifestations, anybody here first timers, put it over in chat if it's your first time. Maya, I thought maybe it was your first time. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. Maya, I would love to know how you found me. You can put it over in chat. Okay, so on Mondays, we get together, we pull cards, we allow messages from Spirit to come through. We start with tarot cards, and then we move into oracle cards and whatever messages Spirit has for us. Then, after we get through with the group or collective pull, we move on to, as time permits, I usually have enough time to do really quick hits, one card pulls for just select members. So Spirit led, we'll see who Spirit chooses to get those direct messages today. And then we wrap everything up with an energy activation. How's everybody feeling on this Monday? I feel like a tiredness. Oh, maybe it's me. Okay. What is going on, Sam? What's the general? Give me one word to describe your energy today. Put it over in chat. And we will go ahead and get started. I want to take a minute just to look at everybody before I switch my screen to Spotlight, because then I can't see y'all when I do that. Chelsea's here. Pam's here. Kitty. Hi, Kitty. Okay, let me stop saying hello. Let me get into it. All right, one moment. Let's do this so you all can see the cards. Okay, I invite you to take a deep breath in and a slow exhale. Just settle yourself in. Bring yourself to the present moment. Let me pick up on your energy so I can get the right cards. The deck that we're pulling from today, it's Brit's Third Eye Tarot. This is an indie deck. It has no guidebook. I do not know who the author is. I've Googled it a couple of times. I don't think it's available for purchase unless you're buying it like secondhand, but I love this deck. Brit's Third Eye Tarot. I actually got this deck in a deck swap years ago, so I wouldn't even know where to go to buy it if I could. All right. Let's get some cards pulled here. I feel like I skipped a step. Am I missing something? Oh, I do want to tell y'all about this Thursday. Let's do some brief announcements. Make sure you're on my newsletter list because you'll get all of the good stuff. I send out a newsletter every Monday now. But this Thursday, have you ever sat and thought to yourself, man, I got some issues with the higher up. I need to talk to them. We need to have a conference call because things down here are not going the way they should go. That's what Thursday is about. Thursday is my Do You Have a Question for Source channeling event. So bring your questions. It is a group event, which means depending on the size of the group, we'll get to as many as possible throughout the group, but you will definitely benefit from just being in that energy and hearing the questions that are answered for others, even if you were not chosen. I promise y'all it's worth it. I promise y'all. Jacqueline's putting that link over there. All right, so we've got our cards pulled. I pulled 5 and 1 just jumped out of the deck. So let's see what that's about. Oh, we got all kind of issues going on with the cards. I had 2 cards stuck together, a jumper. I feel like this is too many cards for a card pull, but here we are. So We currently have 7 cards, and I usually do 4 or 5. We're going to get through it, y'all. Y'all must have some big questions for 7 cards to be coming out. Let's see what's going on over in chat. Thank you. Can y'all see what it says? Y'all like those earrings? I have the best auntie ever. I opened my mail this morning and these were in my mail. Thank you, auntie. My auntie's better than yours. I don't care what you say. Thank you, auntie. She sent me these. Okay. 3 of Wands is our first card. 3 of Wands. You are ready for whatever comes next. It's the standard base message coming out there. But there's another message. What's going on, Spirit, with this one? What do we need to know besides the you're ready for whatever comes up? Some of y'all needed to hear that. It's Monday. And based on the energy from this crowd, I'm trying to differentiate what energy is mine and what energy is y'all's. But it definitely feels like we all need this message. You are ready for whatever comes next. But not in the cliche sense of, all right, I'm ready, it's Monday. In the, will you please stop playing small? Will you please stop discounting yourself? Will you please stop telling yourself you're not ready for the thing? You are ready for the thing. Who's been waiting for a sign to tell you that it's okay to do the thing, that it's time to move? Anybody? Anybody? Okay, first of all, if you're already thinking, is it time to move? The answer is yes. You don't need a sign for that. You move and then you wait for the signs to support you. 3 of Wands. Oh, saying that, I just remember okay, I'm all over the place. Y'all gonna have to forgive me. My ADHD is running the show today, so just hang on. Speaking of the you move first and then you wait for the signs to show up, that was one of the key points that I talked about in my speaker series speech a couple of weeks ago on the 11th. And that is finally posted on my YouTube channel. So go check out my YouTube channel. It posted this morning around 8 a.m. I had it as a scheduled video. So if you want to re-listen to that talk, it's a short 30 minutes. It's on my YouTube channel. But you are ready for what comes next. But you move first. And then the universe says, oh, okay, I see where you're going. I'm ready. I can support you. Your guides, your angels, all of that are waiting for you. So it's time to move. You're ready. Let's go. The Hermit. How many of y'all read this card as, oh, I have to slow down. I have to self-isolate. I'm supposed to go into a cave and just meditate for a couple of days. This is not the message of the Hermit, not today. This is about turning within. But look at what is right above her head. Not the lantern like most tarot decks portray, but this inner flame. She is turning within to find that inner spark. She is turning within to find her own inner compass. Not in action, not sitting and waiting, but turning within, finding the spark, and then immediately moving into action. So yes, sit in meditation if you need to meditate to find that spark, to find that inspiration, to find that creativity, to find that idea that's going to get you out of bed in the morning. But don't stay in meditation. This is not about going to some meditation retreat. Not this week, maybe next week. Not this week. This week, it's about how can you sit long enough to connect with yourself, to find the spark, to find the thing. Because some of y'all are on autopilot. That's the energy I'm feeling. Autopilot. We're just falling through the day and hoping for the best. How's that working out for you? Doesn't work for me too well. I take it y'all are here listening to some crazy psychic you found on the internet because you're trying to not fall through your days. Okay, well, this is spirit saying this is how you do it. Find the inner spark and let that lead you forward. Next, we have justice. Justice is a major arcana. The Hermit is major arcana too. He looks a little angrier than most of the justice cards I am familiar with. Again, this deck does not have a guidebook. I do like there's on the hilt, I think that's what it's called, of his sword. Looks like there's an eyeball. He sees. That sword is meant to represent cause and effect of justice, the balancing. the bringing things back into balance by decree, by observing, by seeing what is out of balance and what needs to come into balance. That's what it is, seeing. These two are together. This one is about you finding your inner spark, but this is also about sitting long enough to figure out what is an imbalance in your life so that you can bring it back into balance. This card feels like it has a deeper message. Let me say it for just a minute. There's eyeballs all over this. That's an eyeball too. It's kind of blocked. Why we got so many eyes, Spirit? Oh, because we're not seeing. We're not seeing the imbalances in our life. We're mislabeling them, we're glossing over them, we're spiritually bypassing them, or we're looking straight at them and saying, not today, I don't feel like dealing with that. And Spirit is saying, open your eyes, because the things that you keep asking for, we can track it all the way back to what's imbalanced in your life and why it's not here yet. Is your energy off? Is your diet off? Are your beliefs contradicting each other? What needs to be brought back into balance this week? These card pulls are for this week. Maybe you can't bring your entire life back into balance this week, but you can bring that one thing that's at the top of your list back into balance. And Spirit is going to help. Ace of Cups is our next card. Ace of Cups, I like this one because it's got cups all over the place. Now, all of the cups are overflowing. Ace of Cups is usually portrayed as one single cup. It's a one, it's an ace, it's a new beginning, it's a fresh start. And generally, that cup is being held in a single hand that is reaching out from a cloud. I understand that as the divine is gifting us something. The divine is wanting us to start, initiate, begin something, and it's giving us a gift. What kind of gift do you need from the divine to get your shit together this week? Because that's what we're working on. That's what we're working on. Ace of Cups, cups being water energy, being intuition and also emotional intelligence, but I'm leaning into the intuition. This message is about intuition. You're getting the hits, your gut is telling you, your intuition is telling you, and you're still holding out saying, but I need a sign. I'm not quite sure. I don't trust my intuition. It's led me wrong before. Remember that dude I dated back in 83? See, I can't be trusting my intuition. And Spirit is saying, yes, you can. You've changed. I'm gifting you this, and I'm going to gift it to you through the channel of your intuition. So, are you listening to your intuition and trusting what your intuition has to say this week? Because that's where the messages of support, guidance, and the yes, you are on the right track is going to come from, through your intuition. You know that thing you've been ignoring, that thing you haven't been trusting? That's where all the messages are waiting. It's almost like Spirit just showed me in my mind a mailbox full of mail that you just haven't even checked your mailbox, you haven't opened, which is what I do because my mail doesn't come to my door. It goes to one of those boxes out there and I check it, once every blue moon. And that's the same analogy that Spirit just gave me for where we are with our intuition. Our intuition is sending us letters, is sending us messages, is sending us things that will help us bring things back into balance, that will help us find our inner spark. And we're not even checking the mail. We're not even checking in with our intuition because we're saying things like, I don't even know what my intuition is. I don't trust my intuition. My intuition has led me wrong before. No, it hasn't. You've mislabeled something as intuition and followed that path. Your intuition has never led you astray. You thought something was intuition and you followed that, but turned out it wasn't your intuition. But your intuition is true. So look for the messages that are going to guide you this week towards more clarity through the channel of your intuition. If you are one who is closely in relation to the elements, water is going to be your friend this week. Water for clearing, water for flow. All right, so that was card number 4. Oh, this is interesting. I didn't even look at 5 and 6. Another ace, back-to-back aces. What are y'all doing out there? Back-to-back aces. Follow your intuition, step into manifestation. Pentacles is earth energy. Pentacles is about tangible things in this world. It's about taking it out of the thought realm and putting it into our physical reality. And it's another ace. So it's something that is being gifted to us in this tangible world. That might look like an opportunity. That might look like something a project, a doorway. It's being shown to me as a doorway that you need to walk through. So what have you been asking for? Oh, I feel like this. This is an ace. This is a 1. We've been asking for things and we've been expecting to see the whole thing show up. And Spirit is like, I keep sending you the ingredients. You need to put the ingredients together. I keep sending you the ingredients and you keep stamping denied return to sender because it's not the full blown thing. Can you look at your life and see where you might have ingredients laying around for the thing that you've been asking for and you've been afraid to put them together for one reason or another? If you've been searching for a job, what does that mean? I got the ingredients. It means you had that friend reach out to you and say, I know of a person who's hiring, but you need to send me your information. And you say, well, that doesn't sound like the job I'm looking for. I'm expecting the job offer to come to me. I don't want to do the work of reaching out to your friend and figuring out whether the job is open or not. That's an ingredient that you've been saying no to. So, Ace of Pentacles, look for little bite-sized pieces. We have these aces. We have these fresh new starts, new beginnings. And that's what we need to be looking for. The little things, the little shimmers, the little glimmers, the little gifts from Spirit saying you're doing it right. Okay, I think I can do that. I think maybe this sounds good. Maybe some of y'all are thinking that. But I still got this, I don't know. I'm not sure. This is what you need to let go of, is the doubt and the unsurety. We have a 9 of Swords, which is, I call it the insomnia card. It means you have let your anxieties, your doubts, your fears. Hold on. Yeah, that's a 9. What am I saying wrong? 7, 6. No, that's a 9. What are we seeing? I'm seeing my, okay. I'm like, wait, am I seeing it wrong? Okay, no, we got it. I'm looking at Jacqueline, y'all. Jacqueline is my assistant.
I saw the X and I thought it said 6 because that's all I could see. And you kept saying 9, but
because you thought it was okay. Got you. I'm always got eyes on Jacqueline. If she says something, I'm like, what did I do? Okay. So this is the 9 of Swords. I call the 9 of Swords the insomnia card because it means your fears, your doubts, your anxieties, your stresses are keeping you up at night, so much so that you can't sleep. Anybody got stresses like that in y'all's life right now? Show of hands, put it over in chat. Really? Insomnia? Okay, so this is a perfect card for y'all this week. How do you go back to sleep? Stop doing what you're doing. I know that sounds real easy, but this is really about a week of releasing. What are we going to release? What are we tired of struggling with? What fears have been holding us back perhaps our whole life that we're just like, I'm over it. I know it's there. What are we tired of struggling with and we're ready to let go of? This is how we're going to close the week out. Interesting that first we get these gifts and then we let go of struggle. Usually it's the other way around because usually we look at this life that we have created as a transaction with Spirit, Source, God, the divine, where if I do good, then I get the blessings. And Spirit showed us the blessings before it showed us what we need to do. I like that. I like that a lot. I feel like this is Spirit saying, I'm going to start things off for you. And once you get going, there's still work you need to do. But I'm not going to hold off. I'm not going to keep your blessings apart from you. Your blessings are your blessings. But once you get them, you still have work to do. If I give you an opportunity, get over yourself, let go of the fear and the anxiety and the doubt you have about it. If I give you an intuitive hit, let go of the idea that you can't trust your own intuition. So this is what we need to let go of at the end of the week. It's whatever is keeping us up at night. I feel like there's a deeper message there. Self-created. Those are the words that just came to me. Fear, anxiety, stress is always self-created. We know that. We've heard that. We've seen the neuroscience reports that prove that beyond the shadow of a doubt, and we still do it. Are you ready to stop? That's what Spirit is saying. Are you ready to stop? I mean, we're human. We're always going to create that on some level as we face unknown and as we face changes. But does it have to be so much that it blocks you? No. Nope. Okay. I'm just watching. I'm trying to watch chat because there's a lot of y'all. Let's see. Fear over the state of the world. I'm going to rephrase that. I saw y'all being real specific over there. Fear over the state of the world. Because why? Let's talk about that. Because why? Okay, the exact phrase was fear over politics. If you live in the US, yup. But why? Why are we fearful of those things? I want to know. I already know, but I want y'all to tell me. People are getting harmed. But it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. That's not why you're scared. You're scared because you feel as if you have no power over that situation. When you feel powerless, you become fearful of what other people are doing. So the real issue is not the government, the world, the economy. The real issue is I feel powerless when faced with these big things that I feel like are outside of my control. Which leads me back to one of our first cards. This is you finding your personal power again. We always have power. Always. Do I have power over the government? No. Do I have power that excludes me from the government's control? To an extent, especially when me and others like me band together energetically. If I am fearful of this world and what it can do to me and the situations and the government and the economy, if I remain in fear, I remain in this Nine of Swords energy forever. If I can tap into my own strength, my own knowing, my own beliefs, let's talk about beliefs because that's the last card. The one that flew out of the deck is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant flew out in reverse. And the Hierophant is a card about examining your own beliefs and deciding if your beliefs still fit your reality and which beliefs you need to keep and which beliefs you need to shift and which beliefs you need to throw out altogether. If you have a belief that you have no control and you are at the whim of large entities, structures, society, organizations, then you are always going to remain powerless and in fear and awake at night. If you have a belief that says, I'm protected, my guides are looking out for me, I have energy that I can send out, things are always working out for me. Do y'all think that God, divine source, spirit, bows down to our leaders and our structures and our economy? Because that's what you're saying when you're saying you're scared. You're saying divine has no power here. Divine cannot shift. I don't trust it when spirit says things are working out. I don't trust that. I trust the news more than I trust spirit. That's what fear says. I trust this reality more than I trust source. So that's why this card came up in reverse. Examine your beliefs. And if your beliefs are, I am divinely protected. When I move and work and operate in light, I expand light. And eventually, even if not today, that light is going to win, is going to prevail. If those are your beliefs, then you can let go of the fears and the doubts and the worries that are keeping you up at night. But it seems like right now, a lot of the beliefs are this system is more powerful than the divine. Even if you don't consciously say that, that's what your fears are saying. Okay, let me get off my soapbox. Where are we at? Anything over in chat that I need to address? I'm going to keep moving. There was a very long comment. Jacqueline, if I need to respond to that, if there was a question somewhere, please let me go. Please let me know in chat and I'll respond to it. But let's move on. Okay, so that's the tarot. How's everybody feeling? We're going to move into oracle cards. What do we need to know today, Spirit? I'm looking at my decks since I just said, do we trust the divine and do we trust spirit and do we trust source over this reality and over what we're seeing? I'm looking at my decks to see which decks I have that might align and give us a message of support and reaffirm our beliefs. Spirit. Oh, I just messed up my whole view trying to see y'all. Okay, Spirit, give us a message that will help us reaffirm our faith in divinity. The deck that I'm pulling from could not be a better deck. This is Kyle Gray over in the UK. I love this dude. And it is 22 archangels. And the archangel that we have today is Metatron, heaven to earth. I would have never thought Metatron looked like that. In my mind's eye, Metatron does not look like this. So that's a very interesting channel drawing of Metatron. Your current situation is in alignment with your mission on earth. Let's see what that is. All right. Is this book in alphabetical order? Do I remember my alphabet? Because I'm not finding Metatron. Okay. Metatron, the throne next to God, is said to be one of the youngest of the archangels alongside his twin brother Sandalphon. I did not know that. I didn't know he was younger. Kabbalistic texts support the idea that he once lived upon earth as Enoch, who was a prophet and the great-grandfather of Noah. As an angel, Metatron is guiding this age. This powerful archangel governs the sacred sciences, helps us to understand the interconnectedness of all things, and is supporting us as we enter an age of awareness and growth. I receive that. We're all entering that age of awareness and growth collectively, whether you like it or not. So at least we've got help. Here's the message. When Metatron comes to you, it's because you are part of a powerful shift that is unfolding on the earth during your lifetime. So proceed, keep going, and don't give up. That feels like that Three of Wands saying you're ready for what comes next. You're ready for what comes next is not just a feel-good statement. It means move into what is coming next. Stop holding yourself back. So this archangel is coming with a similar message. Keep going, don't give up. There is a sacred bridge of light between heaven and earth, and by chance or accident, you have been chosen. The divine has recruited you to fulfill a great mission that will bring healing and change to planet Earth. You might feel you're on a roller coaster and be unsure if you should continue or not. Anybody roller coaster? Yeah, I got season tickets to the roller coaster. I'm riding without a seatbelt right now. I don't know what I'm doing. Roller coaster energy. And you might be unsure if you should continue or not, but here's a karmic alignment occurring, and therefore there is a karmic alignment occurring, and therefore what you are facing and pushing through is now absolutely in alignment with your mission. Does that feel comforting? You're not going through whatever you're going through for nothing. You're on the path to your mission, to your purpose, and this is just what's on your road. Energetically, there is a cleanup process unfolding, so it might feel a little bit messy or overwhelming, but trust that you are on the right path and your angel team is supporting you and your mission. If you are ready to take the next step on your spiritual path, let the angels know loud and clear, and they will begin to lead the way like a spiritual GPS from within. Ooh, I like that. You have a calling. Respond. The earth needs you. How do you let the angel, spirit, God, source, divine know loud and clear? Well, first you have to be clear. You got to be clear, then you can get loud. Because a lot of us are just screaming into the void, help me, help me. And spirit is like, help you what? Get clear, then get loud. I know loud and clear is how we usually say it, but get clear and then get loud. Because all of your screaming and begging and wishing, where's it got you so far? A little bit. It's got you a little bit along the ways. But if you want that express pass, the express, what is it called? Express lane. If you want that sure shot, I know where I'm going and I know where I'm going to get, and my GPS is on point, then you need to be very clear about what you want the angel, spirit, God, source, divine to support you with. Not maybe, not I hope, not asking for just enough because you haven't been able to manifest the full thing that you want. And so you have shrunk your wishes. You've kind of pulled back and said, well, okay, well, just give me something. Okay, I really wanted steak tonight, but I guess a Big Mac will do. At least it's food. We do that all the time with the universe. And that's not being clear. Because when you wake up in the morning and you are sure that this is the day you're going to manifest steak and shrimp, and by noon you're already discounting and talking about, well, maybe I'll just get a Big Mac from McDonald's. It's not even food, y'all. It's not even food. But by the time you have moved your wants and your wishes and your desires around because you doubt that you can have the thing that you really want, or because something's blocking you or whatever, all of those signals, spirit is like, well, they don't know what they want yet. They're not very clear. They're loud about it and they keep blaming me for it, but they're not really clear about what they really want because they haven't maintained the focus for long enough for it to have clarity, for all of the forces of the universe to get behind it and support it. We were up here listening to you say steak at 6 o'clock this morning. And we start getting the cow ready and the farmer and all of that stuff. And then by 11, you changed your mind. And now what are we going to do with this cow? That's what spirit is saying. We keep switching so often because we doubt our own power to create, that spirit doesn't have enough time to get behind us and support the thing because we're already doubting it and shifting it and negotiating and bargaining and lessening it. The cow is waiting for y'all. That's y'all's message. Write that down. Take that. My psychic this morning said the cow is waiting for me. Try to explain that one to your friends. That'll be funny. All right. Let's move on. No, really, there's a cow. It's waiting. I can't wait for y'all to have those conversations in your friend circles. Okay. Let's talk about receiving, because now I'm going to move into divine feminine energy. Divine feminine energy is how we get into the receiving mode. Ooh, 2 cards or 1. Let's shuffle that again. Spirit, I need one clear message on what would be the best goddess or energy to help us move into the receiving mode of the things we say we want. Thank you. There was a lot of cards that wanted to come out and play, but this is the card that we narrowed down on when I asked Spirit for just one. Hectate. Look, that fire kind of looks like the fire from the other card, the Hermit card. In the small print, at life's crossroads, I wield my power with courage. That one feels really, really specific to what we might be experiencing right now. Okay. I see that message, Jacqueline, and no. Okay, so hectate. Let's see what this goddess has to say. Remember, the question we posed was, how do I best move into receiving mode this week? And we got hectate. Hectate, the Greek goddess of magic, crossroads, and ghosts. I feel like crossroads is what she's going to help us with. Decision making, insight, protection, and mysticism. Those were her keywords. Decision making. How many of y'all been hanging out around me long enough to know that if we're trying to manifest something, decision choice is one of the key elements. It's one of the key ingredients that we cannot skip. You know how when you're making a cake or something, you can substitute some things in? You don't have milk, maybe water will do. Water will do. I grew up in the hood. Y'all don't know how many recipes where we substituted water for milk. It still works. But you can't bake a cake without flour. Well, let me see. Let me back up off that because I know y'all vegans are going to come at me. Generally speaking, you can't make a cake without flour or some substrate like flour. Like the main key ingredients. Decision making is one of the main key ingredients to manifesting, to creating our reality. If you haven't decided what you want, how are you going to get what you want? So I fully believe that she is coming into our reading and the energy that she holds to help us with that key element. Receive, receive, receive. Hecate serves as a protector, offering guidance and wisdom on important life junctures. Recognized for carrying torches, Hecate illuminates paths in darkness, helping those who are lost or in search of mystical understanding. She has a connection with the moon and night. We just had a new moon yesterday. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. She has a connection with the moon and night, symbolizing the enigmatic and transformative nature of things not easily seen. Hecate's role is both protective and mysterious, reflecting her complete character. Her influence extends to many aspects of life, particularly at moments of decision and change. Because I specifically said, how do we move into the receiving mode and who out of this deck is going to best help us move into receiving divine feminine? As we talk about making a decision and change and receiving, this is about, yes, making the decision, but it's more about getting into the energy of trust, trusting the power of our decisions. Because some of y'all think that you just pull your journal out and you write a decision at the top of the page and then you close the journal and you go about your life and that's it. It's done. I made my decision. I'm good. But you don't really make a decision until you are lined up with receiving everything that decision is about to bring to you. And I know that sounds convoluted because it sounded convoluted as the words fell out of my mouth. But I am giving you messages from spirit, from source about how making a decision is still the receiving mode. Because we're not acting anymore. We've made the decision and now we're lining up with being open and available for everything that decision brings to us. And she is going to help us make clear decisions that turn us in the direction of the changes that we are asking for in our life. It's so interesting how humans are so by nature resistant to change, and yet we cannot live unless we're changing. From the moment we are born, our cells are changing and growing and multiplying. We cannot survive without change, and yet we're so adverse to change. Like what? Why did spirit, source, maybe ourselves, if we are our own creators, create such a paradox? I'll tell you why, because we thought it would be fun until we got into it and decided it wasn't. Well, too late. So here's what, that's what we need to deal with, is making our decision with clarity and then opening ourselves up to receive everything that decision brings to us. And I'm going to go back to those two aces because Spirit is taking me back to those two aces. The things that your decision bring to you are going to be pieces of the puzzle, steps on the pathway, ingredients to what you are trying to create. So don't dismiss them just because they don't show up in their full-blown, fully manifested form. All right, let's see. Where are we at on time? We got some time. Spirit, what else do we need to know? What does this group need to know? What are your questions? Hold your question so I can pick up on that energy. Oh, I said I was going to talk about the new moon. Nicole, if you can put over in chat, please. New moon and what? New moon in Capricorn. Never mind. I remembered. I tell you, y'all, my brain. It's on a lag. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. New moon in Capricorn. So I was going to pull this moonology manifestation. I was just going to randomly pull a card like I usually do. But I'm going to go to new moon in Capricorn specifically so we can get that energy. Because we're still in that new moon shadow, so to speak, we can still benefit from that new moon. If you didn't know it was happening yesterday, and now you're like, oh no, I missed it. No, you didn't miss it. You're good. Go ahead and set your intentions. The energy is still here. I'm still looking for the card. New moon. I bet it's going to be like the last card. Why you do that to me, deck? Let's see. New moon in Gemini. No. New moon. We're going to get there, y'all. Need some theme is hum along. I don't know. Take a sip of coffee while I look for the card. Wow, is it really the last card? New moon in everything except. Oh my God. Maybe I'll just go to the last card. It was the 44 cards, and it was the third to the last card, y'all. I can't. I'm going back to bed after this, just so y'all know. I'm going to go back to bed and restart this day. Okay, but here we go. New moon in Capricorn. What does it say? Sounds like some of the messages that we received from the other cards. Step up and lead. That Three of Wands, you're ready for what comes next. Okay, now let's get the full message of what this new moon and its energies has brought to us and how we can most benefit from it. Come on. Step up and lead. The good news is that you know what you want, and on some level, you know how to get it. Step up, Three of Wands, and know that you're the boss over your own life. A new, more disciplined approach is needed, or a new plan. Strategy is called for. Capricorn loves some strategy. This card reminds you that ambition is not a dirty word. Whatever you want to create, whatever you want to create in your life, there's no such thing as too big a goal, but break your plans into smaller, achievable pieces. Slow and steady wins the race. Release any blocks to success. Nine of Swords. Release any blocks to success. I don't know if I mentioned this. Swords, Nine of Swords. Swords is air, is thoughts, leading us back to we are creating our own fear by repeating thoughts and things that are not supportive to us. We are creating our own doubts, our own anxieties. So, release any blocks to success. Ask yourself, what have you been thinking of lately? Have you been thinking of maybe it won't work? And you put maybe in front of it because maybe means I'm being realistic and maybe means I'm being gentle with myself. I'm not saying it's not going to work. I'm just saying maybe it's not going to work. Energetically, you're saying it's not going to work. And that is your block. So when you claim, step into receivership, whatever you want to call it, this is happening. I have decided, therefore this is happening. Then you're pointed in the right direction. Then you start to release those blocks of doubt and fear and apprehension and the maybes and the I'm not sures and the I hope it works out. Here's your manifesting focus. This card is especially good sign for matters related to your professional life goals, and ambitions or work colleague. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is that really, really slow moving planet of structure. So, and it's the first new moon of the year. So think about what you want to accomplish this year or what you want to accomplish in your life and sow those seeds of intention now, because this energy is going to support you for long-term goals. It's going to support you for maintaining, for stability, for building those long-term foundations. Let's see, it says, think about where you want to be in a year, consciously visualize it, because we have to know it, we have to visualize it, and we have to feel it. We have to feel it. Write a 12-month plan detailing how you're going to get there. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I said, write a 12-month plan detailing how you're going to get there. And my brain says, fuck you. I am ADHD. I don't like 12-month plans. I can barely plan 12 days ahead. Anybody resonate with that energy that you're like, I'm not going to do a 12-month plan? What are you talking about? Okay, all right. So break it down. Didn't it just say break your plans into smaller, achievable pieces? Spirit is trying to help all of us, no matter where our brain falls. Didn't it just say release any blocks to success? My block to success is I don't like 12-month plans. And Spirit said, write a 12-month plan. So I'm going to have to take that direction and break it into smaller pieces for myself. Maybe eventually I will look back and see that I have planned out 12 months, but right now, if I can plan out the next 12 hours, I'm doing good. The next 12 days, I'm doing good. The next 12 weeks, that's a bit of a stretch for me. So maybe we need to stretch. Maybe we need to figure out where that stretch point is and lean into that stretch point. So ask yourself, is 12 minutes too much? Not for most of us. Y'all gonna be here for the next 12 minutes, though. Y'all already got that planned. Woo woo. Check it off your list. Y'all did good. 12 minutes, 12 hours, 12 days, 12 weeks, 12 months. When I mention those increments of 12, which one gives you pushback? Which one feels like I can't do that? And which one feels like, yeah, I can do that. I can do 12 minutes. I don't know about 12 hours. That's your edge. Then you need to focus on the 12 hours, maybe not the 12 months, but wherever your edge is, that's where you need to focus on. That's where you need to ask this energy to come in and help support you, because that is your long term. Your long term might not be 12 months. Your long term might be 12 weeks. Lean into that. Some of y'all are doing great and you're like, I could do a 12-year plan. Go for it. Lean into that. Here's the ways that we can work with this energy. Manifesting tips for releasing blocks. Call in Archangel Michael, the protector, and Archangel Azrael, who also helps us process grief. Call in the strong energies of Saturn, which guides it's the ruling planet of Capricorn. Breathe gently and ask Archangel Azrael for help with releasing grief or past upset that's standing in the way of your success. Past upset that is standing in the way of your success. I can say with 100% certainty, everyone in this group, everyone listening to this recording, everyone finding this on YouTube years from now, absolutely 100%, you have past upset that is standing in your way of success. And I know this because I know this much about neuroscience. Our brain is only capable of perceiving what we have done or what we are currently doing. It has no way of perceiving or making plans from future-based events, which means when we sit down and we say, for the next ... hours, I'm going to do ... our brain immediately says, is this possible based upon what we have already done? It immediately looks to the past to gather information and data about, am I capable of doing this thing that I'm currently doing, or am I capable of doing this thing that I want to do? And if your brain comes back with a no, or it didn't work last time, or we're not sure because we've never done that before, because it's only accessing past data, that is one of the blocks for success. And those are the blocks we all deal with as humans. So how can you release that? How can you be present and tell your brain, please stop checking for what I did with that one boyfriend back in 1983. Please stop checking that. Please bring yourself current, front and center, so we can look at this individual or this situation or this relationship that's right now present, so that we can make a decision right now. Your past upset is always going to be standing in your way to success. How do I know? Because y'all are here trying to listen to me to get your life in order, not me, spirit, to get your life in order, which tells me you are not living like an angel incarnated on earth where everything is perfect and your life is wonderful. You have some bumps and things going on in your life that you would like some guidance with. You would like to hear your spirit guides information and insight on how it can personally apply to your life, so that you can straighten out those things, so that you can manifest what you want to manifest, so that you can experience reality the way you want to experience reality. And if you're wanting those things, that tells me that where you are right now, you have some blocks. And some of those blocks can be released by taking the advice of this particular card, this new moon in Capricorn, leaning into that energy, not letting any past experiences filtrate into what you're trying to do right now in the present, telling your brain, that's great. Thanks for reminding me of that one time I tripped down the stairs, but I'm still going to wear heels today. Thanks. It's moving beyond those stories that your brain is trying to remind you of. It's letting go of the past. That's one of those Nine of Swords moments that we're letting go of, or releasing those thoughts, because they're not serving us. They think they are. It thinks it's keeping us safe, but it's not. It's keeping us from success. It's keeping us from momentum. It's keeping us from the things that we want in life. All right. We've got 5 minutes left. I was going to pull one more card from the unicorns, but I'm not. I'm going to move into really fast one card pulls from the group. I'm going to remove my spotlight very briefly. I'm going to just pull. You can pick me over in the chat, but I'm going to just very quickly pull from who I'm seeing on screen. And I've got affirmations for a badass. If you're not thinking you're a badass, you are today, God damn it. And you're going to get some affirmations to help you through this week. And first, we are going to go to Maya, because it's your first time. Maya, this is your affirmation for this week. There is a shit ton of happiness ahead of me. Yeah. All right, Sheetal, I hope I said your name right. I am enough. I am me. I am so fucking worth it. That's your affirmation. Claim it, claim it. Nev, I find my happy place and go with the fucking flow. Where's your happy place, Nev? In a magical forest. I bet it's somewhere in nature, because I know you. This is going to Sim, S-E-M. I use obstacles to motivate me to learn and grow. I use obstacles. I don't let obstacles get in my way. I don't sit down and cry when I hit obstacles. I use them motherfuckers to motivate me and to learn and grow. Ooh, I love that. Okay, who else? Haley. Ha ha. I love this one for Haley. You are magic. Own that shit. Yeah. All right. Let's see. 3 minutes. I got some more. I'm going to pull some more. Rachel. Rachel Helms. That's a new to me name. Hello. Once you fall in love with yourself, their game is over. Ooh, that feels like power. Once you fall in love with yourself, their game is over. They have no control over you. That's what it's saying. Love yourself so fiercely that no one has control over you. Jeff Harris. Don't ever stray away from yourself to get closer to someone else. Interesting message there. Okay. I'm going to do 2 more. Two more. And who are we going to go to? Jennifer, start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. And Jeanette. Inhale, exhale, and let that fucking shit go. That's your 9 of swords. Maybe look into some breath work, calming your nervous system. That inhale, exhale is about calming your nervous system and then letting go. Letting go of the things that are no longer serving you. Okay. So let's do a little energy activation to close things out. Oh, James is also new. All right, thank you. Welcome all the newcomers. Hello, hello, hello. Little energy activation. What are we going to activate today, Spirit? We're going to activate letting go of fears, anxieties, any blocks. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do that. So I invite you to close your eyes. Take a couple of deep breaths to center yourself in. Be willing, open, and receiving of any energies that come to you. I am just speaking the words, but you all are pulling these energies in with focus and intention directly from the divine or your higher source, not through me. I'm just guiding. And right now we are all asking for some special sauce. Spirit, source, divine God, mix up a stream of energy that includes all of the key ingredients that I need right now where I am on my path. And make sure you throw in some receiving energy and some clarity and some activation. Because right now I am ready to let go of anything that has been holding me back. And I don't care how long it's been holding me back. Some of the things I was born with, whatever those things are, I'm ready to let go of them. If it's something that is inchangeable within me, or that I've told myself is inchangeable within me, then Spirit, send me the energy I need to turn that obstacle in my favor, to turn that obstacle into a stepping stone, to turn that block into a brick, into the castle I'm trying to build. Send me the energy, the guidance, the clarity I need, not to just make it through this week, but to truly begin carving a path, walking a path to the life that I have said I wanted. Remove all blocks from that path or turn those blocks into stepping stones. I receive this energy. I welcome this energy. And I promise to do my part to work in alignment with this energy. Thank you. Go ahead and send your thanks and gratitude. Know that it is yours. Know that it is integrating with you in this very moment and that it will be the energy that you carry throughout your week. Go ahead and open your eyes up when you feel like you are ready. And thank you all so much for spending your time with me, for giving me your energy and your support. Be sure to check out the other events. Be sure to look for my email coming out here in a couple of hours. And I hope I see you all back next week. Have a magical Monday, y'all. Manifest.